So as I was explaining differing site condition claims, the two types, one that the underground utility contractor is excavating, the ground that they encounter is different than what's shown in the plan specifications of the soil borings that were provided by the owner. And the other one would be where the conditions just differ from what you would normally expect in that geographical area. And by way of an example, when you develop a neighborhood, put in the sewers, the underground utilities, the roads, the curbs, the sidewalks, things of that nature, which is what an underground utility contractor does, they will look at soil borings, and maybe there's only 3 soil borings in a 20-acre neighborhood that's going to be laid out, and they show that they have predominantly sandy soils. Well, for an underground utility contractor, that's good news because some of these pipes, they're gravity pipes. It flows downhill, as they say, and the pipe will leave, a station that the houses are connected to, or it comes to the station from the houses, and it rolls downhill to that station. So the pipe's high up where it leaves the house, but it may be 20 feet down to the ground by the time it reaches the collection station. And they're going to have to excavate through all of that. And sandy soils will typically support gravity pipes, but mucky soils will not. Soils with what they call a lot of fines and organics, and rotted trees and plants and things, they will not. And that'll cause a sag in the gravity line, and it'll cause it to break, and it'll cause it to back up. And so you have to over-excavate, as they call it, dig up until you get through all of that mucky soil. And then you have to bring dump trucks of imported fill of sands in and fill it up, okay? And so they look at the borings. There's 3 of them. They say they're all sandy soils. We're good to go. They price their project out, and they get it. And the borings only went 10 feet deep, and they know that they're going to be digging as deep as 20 feet deep, okay? Mm-hmm. And they start to hit an area even before they get down to the first 10 feet, and they find all of this muck out there. Well, the problem is you've got a 20-acre site with 3 borings. 5 feet from one boring, it might change quite a bit. But you relied on the boring. That it was sandy when it turned out it was sandy in that area, but it wasn't sandy in the areas just immediately adjacent to it, okay? So now you've got a change order claim where you say the site's different than what was shown in the borings and the plans and specifications, have to over-excavate, and I got to bring in fill material to stabilize this to hold the lines. Or if you don't want to do that, then we're not going to have a gravity line. We've got to convert it to what's called a force main, where you can actually flush it through with forced water, which requires installation of a lift station, which will cost you even more money. So which way are you going to go? Well, that's a different type of condition claim that's different from what's shown in the plans, and the specifications in the borings. So that's one type.